As you go back over the course of this series, the West has won 3 of the last 4. Garnett with the follow.
This almost doesn't look right as we're looking from our perspective, the size differential between the two teams.
I told Mike before, it looks like a college team playing against an NBA team size-wise.
You know, Yao Ming in the introductions, as he was standing next to Tim Duncan, dwarfed Tim Duncan.
And make it a 4-0 advantage. So the West with the 2 easy buckets. This is Carter. Jermaine O'Neal, Carter of the Toronto Raptors, able to knock it down.
I think the philosophy for the Eastern Conference team is one of which they want to run the ball back every opportunity they can. They know they have to make a lot of shots and probably will take a lot of three-pointers.
Kobe Bryant got the step, not able to hit on the reverse. And Jermaine O'Neal able to fire one up. We're talking with both Rick Carlisle and Flip Saunders earlier today, and they said, and both you guys can relate to this, as you have both coached all-star teams. Yao Ming with the slam. The toughest part of it is being able to figure out the minutes for each of these guys, and you know there will be some bruised feelings after the game.
Well, Marv, you almost script the first 40 minutes, leave the last 8 or so to who's playing well. You see Wallace go to the basket, because normally it gets competitive in the last 8 or 10 minutes. You want to make sure everybody's got their time, and in the last 8 or 10 minutes, you go to try to win the game.
And starters probably deserve more minutes than the backups. That's who the fans voted, as Kevin Garnett can't control the lob pass, so they were voted in. They should probably get a little more as far as minutes go down. Stretch the dunk by Jermaine O'Neal off the lob. Down the stretch, you play the best guys.
And Rick Carlisle said he fears that the West will be playing zone.
they might throw 5 7-footers, what Mike said here to start the game, but 5 skilled 7-footers, I may add.
All right, here's Yao for 3, coming up short.
He's smiling.
Game is tied at 6. We're just underway. Iverson met by Duncan, and Wallace gets it down low.
Well, every shot in the lane is contested. You got 3 7-footers running at your shot. And how about Yao Ming running the floor for the layup?
So Tim Duncan leads the break and lobs it to Yao for the finish.
We're going to see many three-pointers hoisted here tonight at both ends.
Mike talked about the rebound disparity for the West. I think for the East, you got to create some turnovers. Get the ball so deep in the post so they can't defend that. But last year they forced 30 turnovers, which made it a game. The West did prevail in overtime, but they did get some turnovers, which allowed them to run.
Iverson. And here comes Kobe Bryant. Gets the screen from Tim Duncan. Duncan. And Yao. Duncan on the follow, and the West with a 12-6 lead.
Doug, you coached the rookie versus sophomore game 2 nights ago, and one of the things that comes up is the constant question, is this a show or is it a competitive game? Something that the players, I think, have to figure out.
Well, I think you want to entertain, but I think these fans want to see a competitive game. I think they wanted to see it the other night, and I think the league will talk and make them understand that, yes, put on a show, but at the same time, we want this to be competitive as well. Show your skills.
Well, the last couple of years, there has been competitiveness. Last year in Atlanta, West beat the East in double overtime. It was that 155-145 defensive battle that was led by Kevin Garnett. Scored 37 points here. Jermaine O'Neal spinning as well.
Well, you talk about a guy who's had a great year. You know, the MVP talk of the 3 guys in the West, he has been by far the best player in the Eastern Conference. He's given them a rock inside defensively, one of the best shot blockers in the league, scores. He brings it every night with his energy. He's been great for our test.
And Bryant had it knocked away.
We're just listening to Rick Carlisle, who coaches him every night out there, talk about this guy's really taking leadership responsibilities upon himself. Talking some of the young guys through tough situations and providing the direction that the team needed early in the year when they were struggling a little bit.
You know, Mike, we talk so often about leadership, and, you know, you see what Kevin Garnett is doing for Minnesota. You've seen through the years, you know, Shaq and Kobe when they won their championships, the Michael Jordans, now the Jermaine O'Neal in Indiana. When your best player is your best student and your best ally, then you can teach execution, and you don't have to worry about energy and effort. You know that star player is going to make sure the team brings it.
Francis looking for Garnett. Here is Duncan. And rebounded by McGrady. The West 12 and the East 8. Tracy McGrady going baseline and gives it to Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace in his second All-Star game by way of the Detroit Pistons, the Defensive Player of the Year the last 2 seasons. Steve Francis of the Houston Rockets to his teammate Yao Ming. Francis to Yao.
Well, we've seen that combination all season long. Jeff Van Gundy has Houston in the playoffs right now at this point in time, and I'm sure they're very excited as they go into the last 30 games of their season.
Iverson's pass picked off, and Bryant puts out a dribbling exhibition and fires it down low, but Garnett not able to hit. Kept alive by Francis. And here is Kobe for 3.
Kobe loves these All-Star games, Mike. He just made a terrific pass, hit the 3. But here he is at home. You know he would love to put on a show. It's been a tough year for him in a lot of ways. He wants to finish strong going into the playoffs.
Well, the Lakers started the season at 18-3. That's a 3-pointer by Carter. Lakers have struggled. Many distractions, starting with Kobe's legal difficulties, the feud between Shaq and Kobe, plus the injuries suffered by Kobe, Shaq, Carmelo, Rick Fox off the glass. And Vince Carter puts it down. And this week it was announced the Lakers had suspended contract negotiations with Phil Jackson. His contract expires after this season. Here's Duncan. And then Kobe was asked whether Phil Jackson's status would have any effect on his own future with the team. Kobe said it doesn't matter if he's here or not. I don't care. But then he did pull back on that statement.
You'll see this fast break opportunity coming up here, and Allen Iverson knows he's got Carter trailing, so he just lays it up off the backboard, and there's Vince to finish it off.
Cheryl Miller, Craig Sager working the sideline. Here comes Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq coming on for Yao Ming, and Jason Kidd replacing Tracy McGrady.
Well, I got to give the Czar some props here. He talked about the rebounding, second chance points. No, here's a steal by Kobe.
Kobe Bryant off the steal, extends to a 21-15 Western Conference lead.
But 9 of the 21 points for the West have come on second chance, 9-0 second chance points.
Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson averaging 27.5 per game, leads the NBA in scoring. He has won the scoring title 3 times. He's been a All-Star MVP. Duncan.
You know, one of the things to me that really stands about the West big men, they're all very good passers, Mike. I mean, so much is made about their offense and something, but they pass the ball so very well.
And the coaches have so much trust in their ability that so much of their offense, as Carter misses the 3, starts with the ball going into those big men, letting them make a decision with it.
Steve Francis tried to loop that pass, broke it up. Iverson and Kidd now work the backcourt for the East with O'Neal, Wallace, and Carter up front. Here's Kidd from downtown. Jason Kidd of the red-hot New Jersey Nets. Nets have won 10 straight. They're 9-0 since Lawrence Frank took over. They would find Shaquille O'Neal.